Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're feeling ready for some properly meaty patch talk, because there's a fresh update for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, and I want to walk you through everything it actually changes and why it matters when you fire the game back up. The one we're covering is version 1.0.2, and it's not just a handful of tiny fixes. It brings new post-story challenges, tougher enemy variants that change the reward loop, a selection of new weapons, additional sync strike interactions, and a few tweaks to how some of the game's systems behave that quietly shift which builds feel strongest. Right off the bat, the update adds a bunch of new quests and challenge types that only appear after you finish the main campaign, which means if you were already in endgame mode, you'll get immediate new things to grind. These aren't just cosmetic, there are dangerous or vicious enemy variants. Think vicious bokoblins and sludge-like types that drop upgraded materials used to craft or power up fuse attacks. The idea is simple but effective. Make replaying stages worth your time by giving you loot that meaningfully improves certain special moves. So the loop of replay, farm, power-up feels satisfying rather than repetitive. New weapons arrive in the pool too, and while 2 may not sound like a revolution, in a Muso-style game, even a single new weapon type or 2 can nudge the meta by offering different attack arcs, damage ceilings, or unique weapon skills. Some of these new drops are specifically tied to those dangerous enemies, which means you'll probably need to target the new challenges if you want the best versions. That makes the update feel purposeful. It's not just, here are more things, it's here are more things that gate each other and give you reason to explore different battle types. One of the more interesting mechanical changes is the expansion of sync strikes and a new synchro interaction with a large enemy type. The block golem can now be engaged with a synchro strike, and that interaction changes how you approach those encounters. Instead of just staggering and clearing swarms, timing that team-up attack against big constructs now lets you knock down multiple weak targets, manipulate positioning, and open up windows for bigger combos. It's the kind of addition that rewards better map awareness and coordination with allies, especially in split-screen or co-op runs. The update also introduces the Flux construct as a possible ally in particular fights, which is a cool touch because it shifts some fights from you and standard NPCs into you plus a powerful scripted machine that can change the flow of combat. That has 2 effects. Fights feel more cinematic, and certain strategies that relied on enemy AI quirks need to be rethought when a Flux construct shows up and starts doing heavy-hitting moves or drawing aggro. It's a subtle form of variety that, when combined with the new battle scenarios, makes several stages feel brand new, even if the map geometry hasn't changed. Under the hood, there are the usual balance tweaks and fixes, and some pretty thoughtful quality of life updates. For example, the Mysterious Golem's special actions can now be saved per weapon type, which is a small change but one that greatly reduces tedium if you're experimenting with builds. There's also an added warning audio cue for when time-limited special states like Limit Break and Infinite Battery are about to expire, which sounds minor on paper, but actually saves you from a lot of accidental timing failures during intense fights. Those little user experience touches add up, and they show the developers are paying attention to how people actually play rather than only focusing on numbers in patch tables. From a player's perspective, the update reshapes a few common decisions. If you're someone who is sticking to a single favorite weapon and clearing everything with the same set of tools, the existence of weapon-specific special actions and these new, stronger fuse materials nudges you towards swapping gear more often. That means experimentation is rewarded. Try that weapon you dismissed, pair it with a fuse attack built from vicious enemy parts, and you might find a combo that clears faster than your old go-to. It's the kind of meta shift that keeps a multiplayer or score run scene lively, because different builds will outperform at different challenge types. The release cadence is worth noting as well. This is the first of 2 free content updates the team has announced, so while this patch adds a solid chunk of content, it also feels like the opening salvo of a broader plan. That's encouraging because the new content we're seeing, dangerous foes, sync expansions, ally appearances, demonstrates a theme of incremental but meaningful systems growth, rather than a scattershot list of cosmetics. It's structural growth. More things to fight, more ways those fights can play out, and more tools you can use to respond. Finally, a reality check. When a patch like this hits, the community tends to discover emergent uses, unintended synergies, and occasional bugs within hours. Players will start mapping which new enemies appear where, which quests are best for specific materials, and which combinations are busted. That's when the deep fun part of a living Muso game happens. Theory crafting, speedrunning, and farming route optimization. If you like the idea of the game changing under your feet and rewarding clever adaptation, this update lands in that sweet spot, where the core combat feels the same, but the options for play expand in interesting ways. So yeah, there's a solid layer of new content here, and some intelligent mechanical tweaks that make replaying stages and retooling characters actually worth your time. And that's the kind of update that can keep a game alive long after you'd normally move on.